So,
Well, this is interesting because we have obviously breaking news. You were able to obtain the audio and document files from John R. Melendez's complaint to the Cape Coral PD, and I've only listened to a little bit of the audio, but I have to say, I was so impressed with what I heard, meaning that there's a lot of things that are going to make you laugh here. There's 6 minutes of it. There's 3 calls. There's the initial call. Then he calls back the next day. And then there's a follow-up call. So we're going to hear all those calls. We have it transcribed. We had our Indian editor do a quick turnaround with it. And I can't wait. Now, I did see some of the documents, and I want your legal opinion. It looks like, just like I said, John R. Melendez made a false report to the Cape Coral Police Department saying that I was the one that trespassed upon his property. And that's why I did get a call, maybe from a real police officer in Cape Coral. Dear Mr. YouTube, I'm giving permission. Wait, so my phone number's in here?
uh,
That little rascal. I can't believe it. I cannot believe he gave him my phone number as if I did something wrong.
yeah.
Now, I
Okay.
don't care. Everyone knows my phone number anyway.
Okay, but it's up to YouTube to take it down. So
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
Mr.
uh,
YouTube, I'm giving Miss Judy permission to utilize
okay.
it.
Okay. This is
Uh,
totally last minute. I'm frazzled. Okay, can you see it?
yes, I can. Can you zoom in on that, Biatch?
On hold for 911. It was
911.
April 24th, 2026 at what phone number? I mean, what time is that? 9:57 Eastern
Now,
time?
get on with it, woman. Get on to the good parts.
Will you stop being a bitch? Jeez. Okay. CP is complaining party. That is John.
Okay.
CP had issues with a DoorDash driver last night. Wants to 56 with an officer. What does that mean? To talk?
Drink.
Drink with an officer? Okay. CP has been having issues with a DoorDasher by the name of Vincent Imbesi.
What the fuck?
Totally a lie. That's a lie. CP stated he does not place any orders and this subject will bring him food. Oh, that's so awful. The subject has done it several times, according to the CP. Around 4:44 p.m. yesterday, the DoorDasher arrived. The CP inquired on how to obtain a trespass. Officers encouraged the CP to call when the subject is on his property.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
like your daughter's going to drive you down there again. So officers can attempt to make contact. Officers also provided the CP with the injunction process. CP requested the officers to call the subject and inform him to stop sending unwanted merchandise to his house. I attempted to contact Vincent with the phone number provided and no answer. A voicemail was left. And then later, CP was also encouraged to file complaints via DoorDash regarding this individual. Oh,
Now,
yeah.
can you say this in response? What's up? I can't believe he actually called the cops on a DoorDash delivery that was literally a gift paid for, as we've proven, right?
Yeah. And to think, this is actually helping his show because look at all the content and fun that, now we're drawing more attention to him. So now more people want to watch Stuttering John. It's all
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. If we reacted the way we wanted to, we wouldn't watch. See, I had to learn that the hard way. Everyone that comes in and meets John initially wants him to lean into things, and that's not the beauty of John R. Melendez. But you're 100% right. In order to establish a harassment claim, according to my attorneys that I had to pay for this, there needs to be a non-legitimate purpose for sending the gift. Now, John and I have been doing this for years. It's been our running bit for at least 4 to 5 years. I think what happened was during the delivery, as we're going to hear in the call, there were 2 other deliveries that made their way to John's house at that time that I had nothing to do with.
Oh.
Now,
Yeah. I was surprised because they mentioned something about a female driver. Yeah.
Yes. And during the audio call, which we're about to hear, you're going to hear that total chaos because John's on the phone with him, as we're going to hear. And then you can hear other people coming. Now, my attorney got the voicemail. He didn't know if it was legitimate or not because the voicemail claimed that I was trespassing on John's property. And now I understand why they did it. So my attorney said that I had no reason to respond because they didn't want me to. And I wouldn't anyway. It would be my attorney that I had to pay for. But we're going to hear that call then, Miss Judy. I sent you that voicemail. We'll do it at the end. But yeah, I guess it was the Cape Coral Police.
Okay, well, let's look at this because this is all so new to me. I just got it a couple of hours ago. So I have.
How did you get it?
Oh, it was so easy. I mean, Florida is great. Florida has these sunshine laws that make pretty much everything accessible to the public.
You got to read it.
Party, CP is complaining party. What's a ADV? Complaining party advised? I don't know. A male showed up at his door, 4:23 around 4:50 p.m. Complaining party advised people are constantly showing up at his residence since he is a celebrity. Complaining party says one male drove away in a black Audi. Complaining party says officers are aware that the complaining party gets harassed. Okay. Complaining party advised a female is in a red Tucson. What is this?
What the hell's going on?
So this had nothing to do with you, did it?
Nothing. And that's what I have to analyze right now because what I can't have is false claims on the record. And clearly this is on the record that I trespassed on John's property. And I'll speak with my attorney the second we're done. I wasn't certain that this was true or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is funny when they say Tuscan. I mean, it's a Tucson.
It's I think it's a Tuscany or something.
Okay,
well, I don't know.
I don't understand. Yeah, complaining party advised the female isn't leaving. Then something's blacked out. Red Tucson. Complaining party says the female is a door dasher and the complaining party didn't order anything. So if this wasn't you, then someone else must have made some sort of order and you got blamed for it.
Yeah, there's another false claim. And I'm going on record right now. If John M. Melendez doesn't call the Cape Coral Police and redact all these defamatory statements, then I'm going to have an issue with him. I am serious. If Anthony's already filed a defamation claim, I will take this more serious than he's ever known because this is a legitimate complaint to a police officer and this department. And I didn't know that he did this. And he knows, obviously, I'm not in an Audi, I'm not there, and I'm not a female barely. So he should never have made this. And if I don't see a redaction in writing, then I will take action. Better believe it. I'm serious about this kind of stuff.
Right. Well, it's also a crime to make a false report to the police.
Yeah, you know, as an attorney, we can't threaten that we're going to get someone in criminal trouble, and I'm not. That's what the cops are there to do. They're going to see this, obviously, and they're going to have to make their own determination. That's not my main goal here. I just don't want people making defamatory statements on the record somewhere that is serious as it's saying that I committed a crime. That's defamation per se, and that's the most serious form of defamation.
Okay. So, complaining party advises everybody left and no longer needs them to come out. Okay, because it's so serious.
What a dope. He's making a trespass claim and there's no one there trespassing. Yeah. One of the critical elements, Miss Judy, because I went through this with my ethics lawyer that we argued, was that the critical element for trespassing is you literally have to be physically on the property. You can't attempt to trespass. You literally have to be on the property. Therefore, there was no way that John's bullshit claim to the ethics committee could ever survive because I was never in Cape Coral in my life, ever. So therefore, it was impossible for me to commit the crime of trespassing.
Yeah, but in regard to Joe, I mean, technically, he did trespass for maybe a couple of seconds, because if John did, in fact, tell him to get off his property and he continued knocking and staying there, then he did have a smidgen of trespassing.
No, I disagree. There was no trespass. You have to do what a reasonable person would do. He is there to perform a job. John routinely relies upon people to deliver him food. And in fact, later on, just 20 minutes later, he places his own order. Now, if he wants to trespass someone, he would actually have to formally issue a trespass notice to Cape Coral Joe. Just saying get off my property is not a formal injunction. You have to literally go through some form of a motion to Joe or whomever, and that's what the cops are trying to advise him, especially in the capacity of a delivery person. There is no way he trespassed at all.
Okay. Well, neither one of us is giving legal advice here.
Right. Just my opinion.
In Florida, because I personally think that most likely he did trespass for X number of seconds. But bottom line is, district attorneys are overworked. They have much bigger fish to fry. They're not going to go after Joe for trespassing for 10 seconds. Or
Yeah, he didn't trespass. He didn't.
Okay,
I don't
well,
know.
maybe he didn't.
Whatever.
Okay. So what else does this say? Complaining party now wants to 1021 an officer.
Drink with.
Or he wants to meet with an officer, I'm assuming. Then
Or
something
blow.
gets blacked out. They did have a lot of female officers, it seems. Called 3 times, no answer, left voicemail, appears to be a continuous problem.
That must be to me. So now I'm right, because call 3. I did get several calls. The woman had no idea what the hell was going on, and I just thought it was a prank. Actually, the last time I thought it was a prank, it was the head of the ethics committee. I thought that was a prank too. Oh no.
So did you actually talk to the police?
No, I gave it to my attorney and they said not to call, but I didn't know if it was real or not, and neither did they. But now I'm almost certain that
It was real.
you're not pranking me with this document, right?
Of course not. I'm much more ethical than you are, Vince.
What does that mean? I'll say this, Miss Judy, and you can attest to it. I had nothing to do with you getting these documents at all.
Yeah, I did it myself. It was just like with that whole law school quiz. People kept saying that you wrote the quiz and you told me to do this and you were feeding me questions and what to say to John. I was like, no, I have my independent, autonomous mind here. I really wanted to get in touch with John to the point where I circumvented you because you were just wasting my time and putting it off. So I was like, I'm going to do it myself and contact John to get him to take that law school quiz.
Which one of our parents is more disappointed in us, mine or yours?
I don't think my dad knows about this stuff I do on YouTube. So
He'll ground your ass, that's why.
no, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, we do have to thank John for creating so much entertainment and
You're
laughter.
right.
He is a true entertainer. So I hope he's not too offended, but he probably will be. So
Did you hear him going off on you about how you're a traitor and you're white knighting for me, even though you yelled?
I saw that. Yeah, you're a white knighting for your friend, or you have to be a ball washer. I'm like, what did I do? I didn't. This has nothing to do with white knighting. I was stating my opinion from a legal perspective on the likelihood of getting a protective order or restraining. They call it a restraining order in Florida. But the facts are the facts. My opinion is my opinion. Thank you. Okay, here we go.
I have a guy who trespassed my property. He refused to leave. He's leaving now. I have his license plate, and he kept knocking on my door. He's driving away now. He did not leave. He's all right. He's in an Audi now. He's going fast down the block, and now he's going to leave. So I can't get his driver's, and now I can't get his license plate because he's driving back. He wouldn't leave my door, and he kept on banging. I kept telling him to leave, and he would not get off my porch.
Has he been trespassed?
Yes, he trespassed. I have signs up too, but now he left, so don't worry about it. But if he comes back, if he comes back, what do you suggest?
Give us a call back and we'll send on.
Now I got another person at my house. No, do not come in on my property. Okay, listen, officer, These people are harassing me. I'm a celebrity. They do it all the time. I've had enough of it. Now I got another person. Leave.
What is the address?
Leave. No. Leave.
What is the address?
These people constantly are harassing me. This person sent me a pizza. Here she comes now. I did not order anything. Go. I didn't order anything.
Here,
No.
Wait, Black or Hispanic?
No. I did not order anything. You see what I'm saying, officer?
Are you able to go back inside?
Yeah, I can now, but you see now that's 2 people within 10 minutes now. Just coming to my house and banging on my door.
Okay, was it a female that just showed up?
That was a female. The other guy was a male who would not leave. I opened the door. I told him to leave. He wouldn't leave. I have a sign that says I did not order anything. He would not leave, and they are going to continue doing this all day today now.
What did he drive away?
He drove away in a black Audi. But
Judy.
I'm just telling you, like I know, you know.
Oh God, this is better than I ever thought. I cannot believe John actually called 911 to report that he was getting deliveries, because what he simply could have just took the delivery, right, and then ended everything. But that would
and just said,
not,
thanks, this is great, thank you.
right. So instead, he created even more drama and more conflict with a delivery person by not doing that. But I know for certain the day before he was bragging, and I tipped my cap to him with a super chat. I said, "You got me," because the DoorDashers didn't get up. He didn't have to get up when the DoorDashers went to his door. He would just do his vamoose and everything else, right?
Vominos. Yeah.
Right. And what's the other thing that he says?
No perinada. No perinada.
And I don't know, sometimes you privately do your impression of John. I like the way you say beers and how you impersonate him. So don't ever hold back when we're doing it. I love how you impersonate John. But either way, I sent him a super chat saying Duke won, boss 0, meaning he beat me that day. So this was the next day. The only reason he is upset was because he had to get up, and it sort of went against his ego that his system was foiled, right? He's not telling the cops any of this.
Mm-hmm. And he's upset because his wonderful show is being interrupted.
Which is a great argument to make. However, he then makes an order just 20 minutes later, interrupting his show on his own. He was able to get his ID. He paid for the beer, his own beer. So that's not an excuse, right? Because he could say, well, I'm doing this mass production and it's so great and I can't be interrupted by a delivery. But he gets deliveries during the show. So that's not a valid excuse, obviously.
Yeah, and it kind of makes the audience happy. You know, it's like, wow, something's happening. Oh my gosh, you know, somebody showed up. Oh, someone's yelling and banging on the door, and look, he got another beer. Yeah. So, what do you think that female delivery person was bringing?
It sounded like a pizza, but I think Chris Fike, your buddy, did send something according to the X post. I think I sent it to you. My attorney found it because, like, we weren't sure if John's going to blame me for any deliveries. Until John says he wants more free gifts, I'm not sending him a damn thing. I mean, I have to spend a lot. I spent $48 to have one beer driven to his house and then driven back to 7-Eleven, right? So, I mean, this is not cheap to do.
Does that include the tip you gave?
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, that's expensive for some entertainment.
It was a $4 product, and that it comes out to $48, which is okay, but if we get entertainment out of it, but not a false police report, John. That's a little bit over the edge.